Hi, I'm Nadav, Cloudinary's co-founder and chief product officer, and today I want to talk with you about Cloudinary's product, about our vision, roadmap, and also share what we were up to in the last year. And this has been a very emotional year for everyone, for us as well, more than a year actually since COVID started, and instead of being at the office together, we started to be in Zoom. This is a Zoom call of the product team welcoming new members that it took a few months until we finally met in person. And it was very emotional and very excited when we actually met in person in real life, the product managers in Israel. And the world has changed in so many different ways. The offline life took a pause. Empty Central Park in New York, empty streets in Hong Kong, London without any tourists, and in Tel Aviv, next to where we live, the beach, which is usually full of people, is now completely empty. And while offline life took a pause, people were at home, next to their computers and mobile devices, and online exploded in so many different ways. Conference calls, Zoom meetings, for business, for school, for fun, for anything else. Watching TV and films and videos with streaming directly from home, and online shopping. I personally did a complete remodeling of my house almost without leaving home, trying out new products online, also seeing how they would fit in my place, in my room, using 3D models, AI, augmented reality, and more. And as you can see, there's almost no text here. Everything is about images and videos and 3D models and streaming. So bringing new challenges, you need to create an optimal media experience. You need the sites and apps to load as fast as possible. It needs to just work beautifully. And new challenges for us, including some anecdotal ones. One of Cloudinary's core offering is about face detection. For example, to crop images so you can focus on the most important part when you display media on your website. And usually the most important part is about people, about faces. So we have AI-based algorithm to detect faces, and as you can see, trying to do that on our group of R&D people in the Israeli office, only 6 faces were detected. Other 6 faces of people wearing masks weren't detected successfully. So we worked on improving our AI-based face detection, and the result was a much better one. All 12 faces, including people wearing masks, were successfully detected. And obviously, this was a feature not originally in our roadmap or plans. It was something added for this new changing world, new interesting challenges for us. For some companies, went through rough times. For others, they were in hypergrowth. For us, it's taking Cloudinary to new heights. We've just recently celebrated a very important milestone for us. More than 1 million developers that signed up to Cloudinary since we launched the service more than 9 years ago. We also reached 8,000 paying customers from all over the world, all kinds of verticals, all kinds of industries, from small customers to the largest enterprises in the world. And I talked about e-commerce and the growth of e-commerce for us as well. And specifically, we have a model called Product Gallery widget, a complete user interface for displaying images and videos and media files interactively. The adoption, the usage of that almost tripled itself in the last year. And video is exploding everywhere, also at Cloudinary. More than 1 billion videos are being transformed and manipulated at Cloudinary and created every month. And this number more than doubled itself in the last year. So exciting days, challenging, but also exciting days for us. And I want to talk about how we see the world of media from our eyes, which in a way is our journey. We see Cloudinary as a central media app. On one side, you have your media, the media you own, images, videos, audio files, 3D objects, also media you purchase via stock photography and other services. You have also, of course, the user-generated content from social networks, mobile devices, cameras, and that goes to Cloudinary's media app. Whether it is interactively, user interface, or programmatically using code, integrating with various platforms, commerce platforms, content management systems, content delivery networks, and more, to create the result. And the result is in your site, website, mobile applications, social pages, email campaigns. Also for creating banners and ads for Google, Facebook, and other networks, and to engage with your users for brand awareness using social networks and mobile applications, of course. So we see Cloudinary as a central media app. And Cloudinary is now a media experience platform, one unified platform. We started with a very wide array of options, features, APIs, focusing on developers later on adding the marketing side of things with interactive interfaces. And we are currently in a process of reorganizing our offering, our platform, into multiple products that are better tailored for your needs, for your specific goals and needs, and also to the way you interact with a media experience platform, whether it is interactively or programmatically. And at the core of that, we have our Programmable Media product, our main product for developers. Any APIs developers need to build media-rich applications and sites, from upload, analyzing, understanding the media, transforming, manipulating, personalizing, optimizing, and plenty more. And as you can see, it's also already very wide by itself. So we're in the process of thinking about that on media management and understanding on one side, and media editing on the other side. In addition to Programmable Media for developers, we have the digital asset management product, DAM for marketeers, and Cloudinary Media Optimizer, a new product, a new no-code media optimization product we launched earlier this year. More details about our DAM and Media Optimizer product, as well as new directions and products, later on in this session as well. So Cloudinary is about automation, automating the way you handle your media in your organization. Media hyper-automation, or specifically hyper-automation, is a term that Gartner used. Hyper-automation is for allowing an organization to automate as many processes as possible using technology. For us, it's about media hyper-automation, and Gartner organized that in 3 pillars. One about process automation. The second one is to leverage AI, artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, in order to do that in a more intelligent way. And also the trend to do it with less code, low-code application, for doing the automation with less code. And the way we see it, so we give this media hyper-automation superpower to you. It's a new superpower to you, our customer, using the automation we provide. And talking about process automation and AI, we were very excited this year to launch Cloudinary Labs. And one of the feature projects there is called Media Flows. And it's about automating processes of flows of managing media inside the organization and doing that in a low-code approach. Interactive UI, as minimal code as possible. Really cool product, you should try it out. So talking about automation and hyper-automation, to me it starts from developers, writing code. Developers have their expertise. Adding to that, our media automation AI-powered, this is when it starts to become interesting. And the developers are the builders. We talk about the digital transformation, the online explosions, and the developers are the enablers of that, the builders of that. And about software, Wall Street Journal 10 years ago asked why software is eating the world. 5 years later, TechCrunch said software is still eating the world. And a couple of years ago, Forbes mentioned that software already ate the world, now AI is eating software. And software is also, of course, about website. And the number of online websites grew in the last decade more than 5 times. And it's still growing rapidly. And for building all that software and creating all those online experiences and websites, we need the developers. And the number of worldwide developers is growing dramatically. It's now estimated at about 27 million developers. It's estimating that at the end of the decade, it will reach 45 million developers. So many developers, and for Cloudinear, this is how we started. Developer-first company, and for us, one of the key parts is to create an optimal experience for developers, for our users. And developer experience is about APIs, SDKs, and also about the interface. And we are working on a new onboarding interface. And the first thing we do is to ask you who you are. And if you are a developer, we want to create the most tailored and optimized experience for you as a developer. Maybe instead of showing fancy UI components and interfaces, the first thing to do is maybe to configure your software development kit, your SDK, and to write code the way you're used to, from your IDE, from your code editor, with auto-completion of the actions available, like in this example in the version 2 of our SDK. So developer experience is critical to us. And in the last year, we focused a lot on improving and enhancing the developer experience, and it's also a critical part of our roadmap. New APIs, new SDKs, new documentation, and new user interface, new getting started page with tutorials and code samples. new dashboards with reports and charts and information about the usage of your account, a new cookbook. Cloudinary has ingredients, those media manipulation capabilities, image and video transformation and creation. So taking those ingredients and based off them, having in our cookbook recipes, whether it is for the new user trying out and learning new stuff, or for the advanced power user want to learn more advanced media manipulation capabilities available in those recipes. And those ingredients can also be explored via a new interface, a new transformation editor, user interface for developers. Try out image manipulation, video manipulation, create templates so you can then embed the code in your application to create those media-rich sites and applications. And of course, documentation. We always try to improve our documentation, this time focusing on making it more dynamic, more interactive, and also, of course, allowing you to search and find as fast as possible what you need in order to build your site and application. So, developer experience, critical part in our roadmap. And we talked about hyper-automation. And an important pillar of that is AI, artificial intelligence. And in the last few years, we focused a lot on integrating AI-powered capabilities inside our core offering, whether it is for image cropping using AI, video cropping, video preview creation, background removal, and more. And also, object detection, to detect objects inside images and videos so you can better understand what your media is about and to better crop images and optimize them. And with the explosion of e-commerce, we added new models, AI models, to detect objects of e-commerce products and specifically for fashion. So you can detect fashion parts to better understand your catalog, your media, and automate processes. We also completely redesigned our architecture to make it more modular, so you can now add custom models for your specific domain, your brands, your products, and be able to train the Cloudinary AI for your specific models together with the assistant of our solutions team, and later on, and soon it will be available for self-service training using our interfaces. So AI, critical part of our offering and hyper-automation for developers. So I talked about hyper-automation for developers by writing code, but there's also other flavors of doing that, with less code, without code. And for talking about that and other topics, I want to welcome Neta, VP of Product Management at Cloudinear. Neta?
Thank you, Nadav. So it looks like you can get almost anything done with APIs in our solution for developers, but sometimes you may want things to be done faster and without specific coding. So this year we focused on how we can bring more automation into media optimization and delivery. So why is it important? Why do you need to optimize your media? A fast web experience is critical to keep your users engaged and to have them happy enough to come back. But compression will affect quality, so we want to compress media, but we still want to have a high-quality visual experience. And there are many types of images and videos that need to be delivered on the many devices and browsers, which is something that's very hard to do manually, and it's also constantly evolving with new formats. And optimizing media is also very important for your Google Core Web Vitals to make sure that it doesn't affect your SEO ranking, and media is one of the most significant impact on that score. And of course, we all look at our costs, and optimizing media can greatly reduce your bandwidth, especially if your website is popular. Earlier this year, we launched Media Optimizer. Cloudinary already has great solutions and expertise in optimization via API for developers. But this time, we're talking about a new product, which is a no-code automated optimization and delivery for visual media. And we built it in a way that you can get started in no time. Just tell us where your media is, Amazon S3, Google Cloud, web address, Cloudinary storage. Just configure and start optimizing with very minimal changes to your website or your app. It uses our intelligent optimization algorithms, using AI with a fine balance between compression and for good performance, but without compromising the media's visual quality. It also includes a multi-CDN offering, working with leading CDNs and choosing the best CDN for delivery at any time based on network conditions and based on where your users are. And it also provides great insights and metrics to help you know exactly how well you're doing and to make your best performance decisions for your media as you go. So we mentioned that multi-CDN is one of the great capabilities of Media Optimizer, and I'd like to share a story from earlier this year. So there were 2 CDN outages for leading CDN providers, each for 1 or 2 hours. And thanks to multi-CDN, we were in both cases able to easily route all traffic from one CDN to the other so that our customers almost didn't feel the impact at all. And in today's world, with a lot of online activity, saving downtime means a lot for businesses and directly translates to revenue. Media Optimizer is already available today, and we already have customers worldwide who have optimized their website experience. And I'm happy to announce that we're opening it to everyone to try it out self-service, and that also includes a free tier. So anyone will be able to sign up and enjoy these great capabilities. For example, bring in your media from any source, Amazon, Google, Cloudinary, just set it up and start optimizing. You can track your ongoing performance, you can monitor errors, and you can use advanced insights in order to get even better and get deeper insights and simulate different settings. So we saw our developer solution and the new Media Optimizer, but marketing and creative teams also need this superpower so they can tell engaging stories. And since early days, we've been using images to tell these stories. And when we look back at paintings, their meaning was tied to where they were, like in a church or in a palace, and their size and the proportions and even their frame was a part of that meaning. And now images and videos are distributed everywhere, and their meaning changes based on the context. And if you really want to tell a compelling story, context is key. The real challenge is making sure that you adapt it to the right context every time. When images are used everywhere and can be viewed from any device, and the number of images just keeps growing and growing every year, there's so many variations and so much content that it's really hard to keep up, especially with all these different contexts. And that's why earlier this year we announced our Reimagined Digital Asset Management, DAM, a critical product for marketing and creatives, and we specifically focused on automation at scale, where you can actually keep up with all these different variations. So instead of having your teams focused on these time-consuming tasks of creating different sizes and variations, you just build out your workflows, automate it, do it easily in minutes, and your team can focus on business and what matters and be able to launch a lot faster. And our DAM also plays very nicely with other critical business systems in your stack. So everyone is working and collaborating on a single platform, which is one source of truth where all assets are in and all teams collaborate based on that same source. And you also have access to the latest technologies and formats in our media experience platform. And we are always there to support the needs you have today and the future needs as well. Our DAM adoption is growing, and we have already tens of thousands of users across various industries, sportswear, fashion, media entertainment, travel, and more. And they're managing 1 billion assets with us, and they're all sharing and collaborating in the same platform. So Nadav mentioned earlier that Cloudinary is a media hub, and it forms a part of a larger ecosystem. And we have different media files, images, videos, 3D, that need to find their way to the various websites or apps on different devices. And there are many systems involved in the process. For example, we connect to content management systems such as WordPress, where we're launching a new plugin. We also connect to MarTech stack with stock photography like Shutterstock and a new integration for Getty. This was a very significant year for e-commerce, and we launched brand new plugins to SAP Commerce Cloud and Salesforce Commerce Cloud, and we also have a solution for Shopify, and we want to be able to do more. And in these cases, we provide a full media management solution, from optimization to a single source of truth to storefront UI components, where users can keep working on the platform that they're used to and easily adopt the DAM within their organization. As we grow and we listen to our customers and talk to them, we see that almost every customer has their unique needs, and there's no one-size-fits-all. And we got many types of requests to extend the DAM and to tailor it, like to provide specific contact sheets and integrate with social media publishing tools and create dynamic product galleries out of the assets in the DAM, to train AI models on specific customer domains, AI-based video summaries, and the list just keeps going and going. So, To answer this challenge, I'm very excited to introduce apps for DAM. With these apps, you can easily extend and personalize your DAM according to specific needs, and users will be able to use it interactively directly from the media library as one seamless experience, which means a complete UI and flows in one place and completely customizable based on your needs. These apps already exist, and our solution team is already building them, and we will soon offer them as a marketplace, so you can choose what you need and what you'd like to install. And we're really excited about this and aiming to eventually offer this as a fully open DAM where anyone can build apps. And just before I hand this back to Nadav, one more thing I'd like to share. So we mentioned hyper-automation for marketing. Video experiences are rising as well. And if we take all that together and tie it back to the challenge of scale, we are working on expanding our offering to include video creative automation. This means automating the process of taking the content, which is videos, text, images, and product metadata, and combining it all with templates according to your needs, and being able to generate personalized, localized videos in bulk using AI to generate many videos, for example, for your e-commerce site. And all that with minimal effort. So this is what we're working on today. Please reach out if you want to be involved. And now, back to Nadav.
Thank you, Neta. So to bring it all together, for us, it's about innovation. We are very excited to try to innovate in the media experience world. And we were very excited to tell you today and share with you about taking the developer experience to the next level. Taking our media optimizer product, the no-code media optimization product, and making it available to everyone. To further open our DAM with the new apps for DAM, and also reimagining our DAM, which is while focusing on automation at scale, and also video creative automation. And of course, plenty of other features and products that we are working on currently in the making and that we are exploring, and we really need you, to hear from you, to work on that together. So I mentioned at the beginning of this session that the world is changing. Online explosion, digital transformation. And for us, the mission remains the same. It's about helping you to unleash the full potential of your media, to create the most engaging visual experiences, to create those applications and websites. And I mentioned that we have 1 million developers that sign up to Cloudinear, and 8,000 paying customers, 1,500 of them just from last ImageCon in the last year. So we're very thankful to you. Thank you for trusting us in this journey. We're eager to get your feedback and input. And this is, by the way, us pre-COVID, no social distancing, and we are really looking forward to meet again while Cloudinear's team is much bigger now. And if you want to learn more about Cloudinear's product that we talked about today, so there are additional sessions during ImageCon. One about Cloudinear's Programmable Media products. There's a session about Cloudinear's Media Optimizer, another one about digital asset management, and about how to build a better digital shopping experience. So you're really welcome to join those sessions. And thank you. And if you have any questions, please let us know.
Yeah, so we'll take our first question. First question is, what are the main video needs you came across this year? So we see that video is growing and becoming popular everywhere, and we see uses that are very similar to images, where our customers want to present them on different devices and apps in different resolutions, orientation. So we have the optimization aspects there, specifically relevant for videos, which are big files, and also very relevant to automate these processes due to user-generated content that's also rising. We see that also it's becoming even more popular with e-commerce brands, so it's beyond the media uses that we typically see. We see a rise in brands wanting to improve their shopping experiences and make them richer. Also within things like HD video zoom, where customers can actually see fabric in motion and go into a little bit more detail and create a experience. And we see that content is also becoming more personalized, so we need things like creative video automation at scale, and we're entering that as well.
So we do have another question. What are Cloudinary's plans regarding 3D models and AR, augmented reality? So great question. I think the way I see it is that Cloudinary is about media files, media formats of any kind, images, videos, PDF files, again, any image format, any media format, including 3D models. And actually, Cloudinary for a few years already supports uploading 3D models, converting those old-fashioned huge files into modern web and mobile-friendly formats, deliver them via CDN, and also our product gallery, our widgets, UI widget for commerce sites supports us built in to interactively display and allow the users to play with 3D models. And in addition to that, we do explore what's next, how we can further simplify the life of developers building augmented reality and virtual reality sites and application. And same goes for the marketing team designing this type of experience. And actually, we are also working on a POC, proof of concept, with live manipulations of 3D models, changing the look and feel, supporting one line of code to include dynamic AR viewer. Like any POC will be available in Cloudinary Labs, so you can take a look. And as always, we are eager to hear from you, how we can further simplify or take to the next level what you need to do with those 3D models and AR.
So next question, we have the DAM apps look cool, and when will they be available? So yes, we think they are cool as well. We've already started using them ourselves, and we recently even had a hackathon where this was very, very popular. And one of our efforts this quarter is to offer them in beta for selected customers, and we're hoping to release them, make them available to all early next year.
Neta, you want to take the next one about Media Optimizer?
Sure. So another question about Media Optimizer. If I try Media Optimizer, can I check how it will impact my LCP score? So about that, we have the LCP score, largest contentful paint, an important metric that Google scores as part of Core Web Vitals. And we recently launched a new website speed test, which is a very popular tool that you can use in order to see how your website is performing, what's working well, what can be improved. And our new version also presents the LCP score, so you can check that out. And also the reports in Media Optimizer will address this in the future. So that's it.
So thank you for those questions, which we had more time to answer some more. And thank you for joining us today. And the next session of ImageCon will start in a few minutes. Thank you.